I guess this is our class. So Farouk and I coach the Sheridan men's soccer team, and this is university preparation for student athletes. Farouk and I have identified a bunch of opportunities to play past high school. We want to offer them to not just our team, but to teams all over the state of Colorado. I think there's evidence that there's not a high belief in the ability to play past high school by our attendance here today in today's class. Just not too many people showed up. We got a team of 17 and we've got 5 that showed up. I'm not sure why, because I think any player in any ability can play at the next level if they choose. And that's probably the biggest thing, is that they need to choose, they need to want to play past high school. Farouk and I want to show them how to do that. And if that gives you guys more motivation to make better decisions during a game, great. That's definitely going to be a great side effect. And, that's the reason we put together this whole agenda. We want to show you what's possible. We want to show you what it's going to take, what tools you can use to help yourself get there. And then all you've got to do is let yourself roll right into this process. You're still at the young age where you're able to take advantage of this. And I think, I applaud you for showing up, because you might not even know that this existed if you didn't show up, or that it was possible. It's very possible. If I would have known that it was available after high school, I probably would have chosen this path. I took my grandfather's advice, though, and I went out for the football team, and that's how I got my scholarship. But I loved my experience playing athletics after high school. It was just so much more. There was so much better support group when I went away from my house. I was in a foreign land. I didn't know anybody, but I had my team, and it helped me to thrive. No matter where I go or what I do, people would associate me with the team and that I was instantly a part of. And I think that's an incredible way to gain your independence and go out into the world and create your own experiences. And that's why I'm involved in this. I'd love to participate a lot more and bring it to more student athletes, not just soccer players. I'm sure it happens in other sports too. I'm just, most familiar with soccer. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Farouk, and he's going to go into more detail about it. He's got some more experience himself actually playing soccer at the college level, at the next level, and so I'm going to let him share his experience on how you can do that too.
So Coach Anthony's right. I have some experience in college ball, coaching college ball, recruiting college ball, and being an agent in college ball. A lot of times, a lot of people think talent alone is enough to be spotted. And that's not really it. It's talent and the work you put into getting spotted, okay? So to dive in, I'm gonna break down the leagues in terms of soccer within the U.S. when we're talking about university ball, okay? So everybody knows about the NCAA, okay? We know about the 3 divisions within the NCAA. Within these 3 divisions, some of the key things to remember in terms of eligibility, okay? You get 1 gap year, okay? Do you guys know what a gap year is? Okay, the time between high school and when you go to university. Okay, in terms of academic eligibility, these institutions are going to be needing SAT or ACT. Okay, in NCAA Division I, work off a sliding scale. Okay, what this means is that if your high school GPA is high, then your SAT or your ACT can be lower. Okay, and if your GPA is lower, your SAT and ACT need to be higher. Okay, that applies to all 3. Okay, Division I is going to be the division with the biggest amount of scholarships. Okay, so in Division I soccer, there's no rules and limitations in terms of how much you can receive in terms of the athletic department in a scholarship form. Okay, when we go down to Division II, there are limits. Okay, based on what you can receive for scholarship. Most institutions in Division II work off a combination of academic and athletic scholarship, okay, in terms of offering scholarships. In Division III, there are no athletic scholarships in any institution, okay? So this division is solely based off academics. In terms of evaluating this different levels in terms of level of talent, you are going to find some teams, top teams in Division 3 that can compete with D2. You are going to find top teams in D2 that can compete in Division 1 and beat some teams in Division 1. An example being like Rockhurst University in Kansas City and UMKC. UMKC is Division 1. Rockhurst is Division 2. But they have a history of having a strong program, and they've beat UMKC multiple times. Okay? Next, I'm going to move to NAIA. In terms of your eligibility in NAIA, it's going to work off SAT, ACT, or being in the top third of your class. Okay, so if you're in the top third of your class, the NAIA usually has, you have to meet 2 out of like 3 or 4 requirements. Okay, so these requirements could be your GPA and an SAT, or it could be your GPA and being the top 30% of your class. Okay, in terms of this 3 other divisions that I'm sure you guys are not very familiar with. Okay, we have the NJCCAA, the USCAA, the CCAA. Okay.
You missed the C.
Did I miss the C? So the CCCAA is a Californian league. Okay. So this is comparable to NJCCA. The only difference being in this division here, they do not offer you athletic scholarships. Okay. The USCCAA is more of a league for private institutions that are smaller and comparable still to this different levels, NJCCA and CCCAA. Okay. In this league, they can offer you scholarships in terms of athletic and academics. Okay. This league here, you can definitely get academic and athletic scholarships. Okay. When it comes to what type of offer you can get in these institutions, whether it be full scholarship, tuition on board, partial, a lot of times that is dictated first by your institution, so the university you're going to, okay, followed by like the region you're competing in. Okay, so the difference being here, these scholarships amount are dictated by the actually governed bodies, so by the NJCCA and the NAIA. Okay, so a good example of this is like, let's look at 2 universities within, we're going to look at Johnson County Community College, which is the largest community college within the U.S., okay? And then we'll look at a school like KCK, okay, which is about 45 minutes from Johnson County. KCK is a smaller school, but they can offer you a full scholarship, okay? Johnson County does not offer full scholarships. The most they're going to give you is tuition and books. Okay, both of these teams are competing within the same league. Okay, so that's an example of at least the different types of scholarships you can get out of these different groups. So in the NJCCA, USCCA, and CCCAA, you only have 2 years eligibility and you must move on. Okay, so it means that from these 3 leagues, you need to either transfer to the NAIA or the NCAA. Okay, after your freshman and sophomore year. Okay, in terms of some different rules and regulations within all of these leagues in terms of transferring. So, for example, if you sign a letter of intent, do we know what a letter of intent is? Okay.
You're showing you want to go there?
No, so a letter of intent, well, more or less says your intent of going, but also breaks down your scholarship offer, okay, and also some rules and regulations, okay, in terms of your eligibility, things you cannot do, okay?
Yeah, and our goal is to get you a letter of intent with this program.
That letter of intent is a contract that the university and the league is binded to for a year, okay, renewable after every year, okay? So this letter of intent, in each one of these institutions, you will get it, okay? I've had a situation whereby, okay, most of the time, if you sign a letter of intent, you are committed to that institution and you cannot transfer even if another higher level team comes and says they want you, okay? So there are some exceptions to those rules, okay? Like within the NAIA and the NCAA, okay? So you can sign a letter of intent within the NAIA, but as long as you don't step foot onto campus on the first day of school and you get another offer from an NCAA institution, you can take that NCAA institution and it will make this letter of intent null.
So, Farouk, is it better to accept the letter of intent early with the NAIA or wait?
It is always better to accept that commitment early.
Yeah.
One of the most important things about you making a decision on what team you're going to join, okay, what university, is for you to already start the process of understanding what you're looking for in an institution. So when those offers come, you take it, because those offers are usually time sensitive.
And you're going to position yourself. And this is a process of becoming a business. You're now trying to up-level your value and place yourself in a high position or high regard. And this gives you leverage.
Okay.
It says people already want me. People already have evaluated me, and I'm ready to make a decision, so you better offer me one too.
Yeah. So supply and demand. Okay.
Yeah, that's
So
business.
So imagine this, you have 10 full-time semesters to play college ball, okay? It's easier to look at it that way than in terms of years, okay? So 10 full-time semesters to play college ball.
And you can take a gap year. Go over the gap year means you can take a year off without screwing your
Yes.
eligibility.
Yeah, okay?
What's helpful to do in that gap year?
Okay, usually within that gap year, you want to prepare for college. That means athletically, academically, and also financially, okay? So whether it is you're taking a part-time job, okay, making sure you're ready for whatever program you're going to decide to do, making sure you can meet the standards within the league you're going to get into, or finalizing on your commitment, okay, within the year. That's what you really want to get done within that gap year, okay? You also have to understand that within that gap year, playing outside of that gap year on a serious level can count against you, especially if you're over the age of 18. Do you guys follow me? Okay, so in terms of understanding the amount of time you have for eligibility, I'm going to say 10 full-time semesters. There are situations where a red shirt year might come into play, but that only affects maybe 20% of student athletes. Okay, so 10 full-time semesters is what you have.
I took a red year. Did you?
Red shirt? No, I did not take a red shirt year. And so to take a red shirt year, do you guys understand what a red shirt year is?
Gives you 5 years of college instead of 4.
Yeah. So a red shirt year can happen in a situation where, let's say, you started the season, and let's say your first two games, you get hurt. Okay. So in that situation, the university is already giving you a scholarship. They cannot pull that scholarship away, okay? But if they keep you on that roster, it's going to take 1 year away from you that you are not more or less going to be able to help the team out with on the field, okay? By giving you a red shirt year, that allows you to come back and get that year of injury time back, okay?
The way I used my red shirt year, and I'm always walking over to you because you've got the microphone, is that I walked on.
Yeah.
I knew I had a leg, and I was like, this college right here in the middle of the Rocky Mountains with the best outdoor school program and the coolest football, team.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to walk on and get my scholarship.
Okay.
And so the first year I walked on, I showed the coach I had some stuff. He put me on the team, but I didn't make the starting position, and I didn't get a scholarship that year. I had to earn it, and he didn't offer it to me. He wanted to give it to the tight end.
Yeah.
And so I said, fine. And I went to a junior college where I had to pay myself my way. But after having a good year at the junior college, I got an offer to come back into the same conference.
Yeah.
And you can't usually transfer teams in the same conference because they have rules against that. You have to take a year off.
You have
But
to take a year.
I did take a year off in the junior college, and so that's when I started my scholarship. And I got 3 full years of college paid for, which was more than enough to help me overcome those costs.
Yeah.
Large costs.
And like he just stated, another situation with a red shirt is when you walk onto the team, okay? So like that will give you an idea of at least your red shirt here. So back to the 10 full-time semesters, okay? In that 10 full-time semesters, you have the opportunity to earn a certain amount of scholarship. I want you guys to think about that as your worth within the league for those 5 years. Okay, you guys following me? So let's say your first year, you're in a junior college, and the scholarship you receive is 8,000, let's say. Second year, 8,000. Third and fourth year, you transfer to an NCAA Division II team. Okay, and between your academic and your athletic scholarship, you get a full scholarship. So let's say you are about 35,000. Okay,
That's real money.
for your third year. Your fourth year, you did well, you maintained your academic eligibility, okay, and you didn't get in trouble or anything like that. You got the same scholarship offer again. Okay, so within those 4 years, 35 plus 35, 70,000 plus 16, what? 70,000 plus 86? So, 86,000. So, for your 4-year career in college, you earned $86,000 worth of scholarship. Okay, so in terms of the information we're giving you, okay, and you looking at your career from being signed to maintaining it while you're within university, you have to have an idea of your worth, okay? You guys following me? You have to have an idea of your worth, and you must do things to capitalize on that worth.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say you're not doing the right things to capitalize on that worth. This first year wasn't 8,000, it was 4. 4. 15. You messed up this year, you got 5. Okay, so 5,000 plus 15,000, we're at 20,000. Plus another 4,000, we're at 28,000. From 86,000 to 28,000. What do you think determines this year?
Compared to the other one.
Compared to this?
Biggest thing, biggest factor in any individual player. What is it? Good?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's behind that? What's under that?
Yeah.
Ethics? Good. Keep going. There's something under that too. Some coaches highly value.
Yeah.
It's the biggest reason they're going to open up their checkbooks for you.
Alex?
Being committed, having like the right mindset and not doing everything right way. Important too.
Okay, commitment. All right. Cool. So we've got commitment. We've got decision making
And ethics?
and ethics.
What
So-
about the All-Stars? What do they have that nobody else has? What does Ronaldo and Messi and what do the Killers have?
Talent.
Talent?
Okay.
We've got some. What else is under their talent though? How do they get talented?
I getting no. Hard work. Yeah, hard work.
Hard work? You're dancing all around it, guys. Why would he want to work hard?
Because he wants to go pro. He wants to be best.
Wants to be the best? Getting there.
Because he knew what he wanted to do.
He was clear on what he wanted. It takes a good mental mindset to know what you want and to be determined and to have commitment and to have clarity of knowing what you want. It takes a strong mental toughness. That's what the coaches are looking for. That's what the All-Stars, that's what the Killers have.
Yeah. Yeah. Goal setting, planning, okay?
Achieving.
A lot of you imagine there's a lot of luck within this, okay? There is some luck, but a lot of it is not based off luck, okay? It is not. It is planning. It is your work ethic. It's what you decide to put into it. It is following a system, okay? So, before I go any further, do you guys have any questions?
Like, at the end of all this process, like,
Yeah.
how old would somebody be, like, in their 20s already?
So this
You
is.
got to repeat his question so
Yeah.
that people watching.
So what was your question?
Like,
How old?
yeah, how old would you be at the end of
So how old are you gonna be at the end of this if you were to go through a college career within the U.S.? So you have to. This is a tricky question, and I'm gonna give you the average answer. Okay, you have to imagine that most kids are going to be graduating high school between 17 to 19 years old. Okay, let's give them a gap year. Okay, most kids don't take a gap year. Okay, if we give them a gap year, 20. Add 4 more years, 24. Okay, you don't give a gap year, they graduate safe age, 19. Add 4 more years, 24. Okay, now important thing to we have gap years that come into play within some of these leagues. Okay, so the NCAA has gap years. So if you don't decide to pursue this thing, you decide to go to college and you get an NCAA Division I offer, 24 years old, and you graduate high school at 18. That won't work. You know, graduate high school at 18, 24-year-old, how many gap years? 6 years. First gap year, every year after that starts you. So if you did an academic, my package for you. Okay, so I sent out a package to you that reads, this package is going to cover $35,000, which is going to cover all of your scholarship. Okay, what you don't see is that that is partially academic and athletic, and only $15,000 of that budget actually came out of my budget. Okay, now we're looking at another individual, another kid, okay, that is as talented as you, with no academic scholarship. Okay, so they have 0 to start out with. So if I give them 15,000, guess what they have in scholarships? 15,000. So as a college coach, I'm looking at that situation. So both of these kids can't really afford this school, but this kid has an academic scholarship, okay? That puts him in a good area where I only have to give him a little bit of money to give him a full scholarship, and then I can keep him for 4 years. Or I have another kid, which is as equally talented, low academics. I'm going to give him a little bit of scholarship, but he's still going to struggle through for all 4 years. Which candidates do you go with? Exactly. So in terms of your academics, a lot of students don't really focus on that until it is too late. Your GPA is important. SAT, your placement test, ACT, very important. Okay? Most NCAA Division II schools don't even want to talk to you without an SAT or ACT or without seeing your GPA. Harvard University, they will not consider you. The first thing they want to know is your GPA and your SAT score. They're not going to look at your video. They don't even want to come see you if you don't meet that standard. Okay? So that's academic for you.
Give these guys a good standard score on the GPA and the ACT and the SAT.
Okay, so let's say you score a 3.0 GPA on your in your high school, cumulative GPA. Okay, so all 3 years we're down to a 3.0 GPA. So now let's talk about you need to become eligible for NCAA Division I. Okay, so you are deciding to take the SAT. The SAT has how many parts?
3 years.
Yeah. So in terms of that, the NCAA will look at your math and your English, okay, and they'll combine those scores. So I have a 3.0 GPA. I score an 850 between those 2 parts. Eligible, okay? Maybe my overall SAT score is higher.
Oh, that's 1,600. This is like more like 950, right?
Yeah, so let's say 950. So this is not your overall SAT score. It's 2 parts. Okay? NAIA, NJCCA, all those other institutions will look at your overall score. In the NCAA, they look at only those 2 parts. Okay? So we dropped this GPA to a 2.5.
Yep.
Now, this needs to be higher, okay? Like somewhere around a 1050, okay? We go down below a 2.0, which is the lowest I believe you can even enter the NCAA with, and you need to be scoring upwards of like 11, okay? That will give you an idea of GPA, okay? Most institutions, though, will not look at you with a 2.0 GPA, okay? Because it shows that you are not as academically sound, and if that talent level you have on the field is not exceptional, it is not the best investment. Okay.
Supply and demand. He's really talking about it in real terms so that you know how to prepare yourself. And, you know, it's not too late. This year you can turn things around. All you've got to do is choose. So you got to know what it takes in order to choose. And in these organizations that you're going to, they work out a couple times a day on the normal, not just one season a year, all year round. So again, we can try to help you recreate that here right now in this program. That's what we want to do, I think. But it has to be accepted by the players we're offering it to. And if they're not motivated to make $86,000 or even, you know, $30,000, then we're not spending our time wisely. So
you have to look at it comparatively. So let's say a university like UCF, you're going there and you're getting this scholarship worth $120,000 over your career. Every other student there of the over 20,000 is paying that to go to school with you. So you're getting this scholarship where you don't have to pay a single thing. The guy sitting next to you, his parents have to cut a check, a hefty check. And if they don't cut it, they're going to get dropped out of school.
Yep. It's a great way to give yourself a shortcut to the front of the line by getting an incredible education at a really well-known organization, you know, a university. And this is when this information needs to be shared with you. Nobody's even shared this with you until now, and it's so valuable for athletes that are your age.
So like in the normal college season, what your coach, your teachers are going to expect out of you, okay? You're going to be taking at least 12 credit hours, okay, a semester, okay, which is about 4 classes, okay? You're going to be practicing about once to twice a day, depending on what school you're going to in your program, 5 times a week with games on the weekend. Most of the time, weekend or weekday. While you're doing all of those things, you are required to maintain academic eligibility. That is a given, okay? Saying, oh, I had a game this week, so I didn't have a chance to study, doesn't cut it, okay? So in terms of academics, the things you're doing now are things that are going to carry over, okay? And you're going to need to have those set of skills because there's no debate about that, okay? NCAA rules, if your GPA drops, the university has to drop you. Your scholarship is gone. There's nothing anybody can do for you. The coach can't call up the NCAA. He's a really good kid. He just got an F in this class.
Too bad, so sad. It's kind of like the no-call, no-show rule. You can't get there and get it done. There's the door.
And you guys in high school playing ball, no show, no call doesn't work in college. You don't show up, your scholarship is gone. Your scholarship is gone because they're gonna tell you the same thing I keep reminding you guys. You're getting 80,000 to come here. Every other kid here is paying to come to this institution. This is the privilege, okay? And if you don't take advantage of it, we have other kids lined up, ready.
So there's a lot of these profiles online that you can fill out, and we're going to give you what information you need to fill out those profiles. Farouk's got one, I got one I came up with, and so you're going to start collecting this information now, so that when it comes time to fill this out, You've already got it in an electronic folder, and you can just say click, drag, drop, upload down. Here it goes.
Yeah.
And this is probably the number one thing that holds people back from doing this stuff, is they didn't know the information they needed to upload, and now it's too late to go back and get it. It's like, I wish I would have known this when I was a junior or sophomore, because I could start collecting it, but nobody ever tells you.
Yeah. So imagine
That's the reason for this here right now.
you're going in for a job interview. Are you gonna go into that job interview? By the way, I have this set of skills, but to verify those skills, you need to go here. To verify the skills, you need to go here.
Yeah.
To verify my experience, you need to go here. You need a CV and a resume that shows and gives that information clearly and makes it easy for the person that is making a decision to say yes to you.
Okay, so it's not going to be the best one, but it'll be something you can look at, right? Okay, so here's the basic first page. Doesn't have to be on a black background. It could be in a Word doc if you want, but it's your head-to-toe shot. And we had a lot of these photos taken of us on Friday. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wednesday was our game. Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So Grace's friend took a
Yeah.
bunch of these full headshot action shots. Those are the ones you want to put in there. What do you look like when you're playing the game? You're going to put your height, your weight, your size, shoe size, maybe your position. Farouk said, what was the other thing you had over there I was going to put in?
Do first or second position or no?
So this is yeah, you can put your first and second position here. I know my strength. My strength is leadership on the team. I know my weakness. My weakness is footwork. This is good for a coach to know, because if he's an excellent footwork coach, he's like, no problem, bring him into my program, I'm going to fix that in a jiffy.
Yeah.
Another coach is like, I don't want to coach this kind of stuff. He's not the right kid for me. Fine, I'll find the right coach for me.
Yeah.
I run the mile real quick. Try to catch me. 40-yard dash, not so good. I'm a little slow, but I'm not going to be tired at the end of the game. I got a good set of juggles. I'm strong on my push-ups and my sit-ups. I scored 5 goals, and I had 8 assists in our season. That's hypothetical. I was born on, here's my age, my hometown's Portland. My current team is a Sheridan High School. So,
Current club team?
whatever it is. Yeah, and we should talk about playing next season after we turn off this seminar video, because to keep this team together is going to be a good option if we can convince everyone to do it.
Yeah. So to give you guys more information, so the athletic portion of your profile, okay, that needs to break down, okay, like Coach just showed, your positioning, okay, it needs to break down stats, okay, show some playing history, okay, so I can compare, okay. Why is playing history important? Okay, so I have 2 players that just sent me a video. I don't know who these kids are. I just have 2 guys playing soccer in front of me. Okay, as a coach, I'm evaluating the athletes. Okay, it's your highlight reel. So I'm looking at how you play. I'm not only looking at how you play, I'm looking at how the players around you play. If those players around you are not playing at a high level, I'm gonna assume that's low level soccer. Okay, and maybe your highlight looks good, but it's because you're playing against a lower level talent. Okay, so let's say I have some background information. I saw from your profile that you're an ODP player and you've gotten an invitation to the national team. So now it changes the frame I'm looking at that video at. So maybe there's some lower level guys on that field, but overall, you are playing at a higher level. Okay, so next I might ask you for more video. Okay, or maybe let's say I am watching your video and I notice in your highlight film that, okay, you're playing on the field that doesn't have any lines to it. Okay, there doesn't seem to be a ref. Okay, there's younger kids on the field and all this other stuff. So I'm gonna look at your video and I'm gonna make my evaluation strictly based on that if I don't have any other information. I'm going to tell myself, this guy's the pickup soccer kid, okay? I really don't see anything significant here. So I need to follow up.
Okay, so now you're getting into the mindset of a coach who's evaluating your video. And video is what I do for my full-time job for business owners. And in these videos, it matters what information you deliver the viewer in what order. Farouk knows what a coach is looking for. What I know is how to build trust with video. And if you're going to be in a relationship with a guy like you're in with me now, he's going to be your main squeeze. You guys are going to have to get along together because you're going to spend a lot of time together. And it's probably better that you decide right now that you don't want to be coached by a coach that's hard for you to learn with. You want to do an interview process yourself. And this video can help you weed out the kind of coaches that aren't going to be good for you to be coached by. And it's going to help attract you to the coaches that are going to be a great fit for your... Yeah.
So he just mentioned something that is really important. Okay, it's important for you to find the right university for you, but you must also find the right coach for you. Okay, because it's not always a perfect fit. Okay, this is something within sports. As you grow, you're gonna have to learn. Okay.
Right. Thanks for highlighting that, Farouk. You're definitely right. I know that my quality of life is amazing because I only work with people that I want to work with. And I avoid toxic behavior because I want my life to be nice. I don't want to work for a jerk. I have got the no jerk rule. I don't work with jerks. Thank you. But I know there's plenty of really good quality people out there that I can learn from and I can absorb some. So that's what I'm going to look for. And this is the script outline that so far we've identified as the best method for you to compile your video snippets and clips. Obviously, this is a highlight video. You're going to capture video recordings of your good play, your good performance. Whether there's kids on the field or refs or not, we've got to just do our best to collect the best ones. And we can convey a little bit of our personality and who we are with video. Video is the most transparent. It communicates better than telephones. It communicates better than text on a paper or a picture of who you are. Video really tells the story. And if you can be so confident as to stand up in front of your phone and say, what drives me is, let's say, maybe what drives me is the love of the game. I really love this game. The more I love this game, the more it loves me back. Then a coach who also loves the game is going to have a common ground with you. You're going to build a bond, and you're going to start to build trust. And that's what it takes to have a good relationship. And don't be mistaken that you will have a relationship with this coach. Whether it's a good one or a bad one is up to you. Next, from 8 seconds to a minute, you're going to put your specific best highlights that you possibly can. And over the top of the highlight, you're going to throw some text over that might say something like my dueling, my dribbling, my crossing, dribbling through traffic, passing and playmaking, protecting the ball, protecting the goal, air attack, air defense, speed, footwork, use of body. These are all things that coaches know you need to have. And if you already give it to him, then you're giving him what he wants. You're anticipating his needs. You're showing him you're going to be a great teammate and that you've got the assets that you need to join his club.
Yeah, and to add on to what Coach is saying, so let's say in my profile I stated that I can shoot with both feet. Okay, so now this video is rolling. An opportunity comes up that I'm shooting with my left foot. Comments right there, left footed shot. Another frame, right footed shot. Okay, what you have done there is more or less show that coach that you can do that. Okay, so as some coaches are watching through this video, they are going to be looking for those things because they're coaches, but not always see those things. When you identify it, you make it easy for them to do their job.
You basically want them to nod yes throughout the whole video. That's your goal.
That's a good way to put it.
Next, you're going to give him a 60-second clip end to end of you playing in a game. So you're going to try to find your best 60 minutes of play in a game, and you're going to put it in here next. At this point, you're at 2 minutes. You don't want to take a lot of his time. You want to give him a little taste, and you want to give him everything you can in under 3.5 minutes. Next, from 2 to 3, this is maybe less important. You can emit this. If there was anything to emit, it would be this. But this is you showing your dedication to the sport. You see a lot of this on Instagram, I'm sure. Kids doing fast footwork and then taking shots on goal. It's kind of like a goalie drill. Touch, touch, bing, bing, over, under, save. Same thing with an attacker. Cones, fast feet work, over and back, under, over, and then shoot on goal, upper V, right? You're demonstrating that you're somebody who's dedicating themselves to practicing something, making it perfect, recording it until you get it exactly the way you want it. They want that diligence. They want that type of mentality. Next, from 3 to 3:30 is more you talking directly into the camera. More you talking basically directly to the coach. You're not talking to your friends. You're not talking to your family. You're looking the coach in the eye and you're saying, the reason I play soccer is because I feel alive. When I'm out there on the pitch and it's game time, I feel more like myself than any other time. And what motivates me is positive reinforcement. I really thrive in a positive environment where I'm encouraged and supported and celebrated. I hope that's the type of program you have there. Please let me come to your tryouts. Or please give me that offer letter that I'm really looking for.
Yeah, your coach is going to be spending about. Your coach will spend about at least 15 to 25 hours with you per week. Okay, you guys are going to be a part of his life. Okay, and he's going to be a part of your life. That relationship you build, okay, can be a relationship you carry on with for the rest of your life. Okay, so to go back to that video, okay, some important things you have to do for video, okay, in terms of me working as a soccer agent with video, okay, you don't want to make your video too long, okay. The reason being, coaches sometimes have a short, what's the word I'm looking for? Short attention span. And they also have a limited amount of time. Okay? So a 20-hour video for a coach, he might only watch the first 5 to 10 minutes and make his decision based on that, whether he's going to watch the rest. Okay?
You want him to ask for more.
Yeah.
After 3:30, the goal is, ooh, I kind of like what I see. You want him to ask for more.
Yes. Yeah. He's completely right about that. You want him to ask for more. So in terms of that, actually, for a lot of my players, if we see that the footage is too long, we split it up into 2. Okay? That way, the coach will see the first one. He likes it. Okay? He wants more. Bam. Right there. Okay? One thing I've learned about video, okay? Okay? If you go to a job interview and you're dressed badly, okay, you don't look like you're ready for the part, and that is the first impression you give out, you don't get the job, you think you come back next time, you're even going to get a job interview? No. So in terms of putting together the video footage, you have to make sure that your first impression is a good impression, okay? So you just can't put any video out there, okay? You probably need somebody that really understands soccer and understands what coaches are looking at that higher level to go through that video and tell you, okay, this clip, it's not as important, take it out. Okay? Because what you want to do is put the best you out there. You actually have the option to do that with video. Yeah. Okay? You don't always have that option to do that when you're actually physically trying out in front of a coach.
So one of those techniques or ways to get that good video that Farouk's referring to is to start early. You know, there's nothing worse than just starting and it's too late. And you're getting that feedback and it's too late. Let's get that feedback early. So let's go ahead and upload every single thing we have to our YouTube channel. Every little clip, as small or as long as it is, here. We can control it from here. We can make it public or private from here. But this is our repository. And we can combine clips using YouTube, but there's actually better ways, like Farouk said. So at least we need a repository.
Even with YouTube, we can add the right tags, okay?
Yeah.
So when coaches are searching, they can find you, okay? You can keep an eye on your video. For example, maybe we create a video today, you talk to one coach. You create a video today, you talk to one coach, a few coaches, you send it out. Go back to your video to see if he has any hits, okay? No hits. All the universities, okay, over the weekend. We send the video out to them, and we wait to see how many hits we get, okay? If we see that there's been 500 views on your video over that weekend, then we know that there's a demand, okay, for your video, and a demand for you, and most likely, we're going to be getting feedback from coaches to this week, to the month, maybe for 3-4 months going.
Yeah. So Google Drive is another way to collect these videos. Have your parents collect them. Have your girlfriends collect them. Have anybody collect them. They can share them with you securely through Google Drive. Channel. That's your goal. Raise your hand if you have a YouTube channel. Okay, so maybe, maybe not. Let's get familiar with it. Let's go ahead and open it up. You already got a free one. It's a part of your Google Mail. Your Gmail account has a YouTube account. Same password connected to it. Same with Google Drive. So you want to send it out, right? You got the video now, the one you like, and you're going to send it out. Who do you send it out to? Whoever you'd want. Hopefully you can find their information freely on the internet. But if not, you may have to call these schools and say, can I send my video to the head soccer coach? I'm living in Denver, Colorado, and I want to recruit myself to your college. The secretary will most likely give you the head coach's email address, and you can ask for the phone number. You can send it out, and then you've got to follow up. Be pleasantly persistent in your follow-up process. Leave the head coach a voicemail. Say, hi, coach, my name is Ivan Gonzalez from Denver, Colorado. My team won the state championship for 3A, and I really want to go to school and play soccer for your club. If he doesn't respond, maybe it's just not the right time, or maybe it didn't go to the right person. Continue to ask and be pleasantly persistent until you're told no, stop, or go away. Continue to be persistent until someone tells you no, stop, or go away. That is a good way to get yourself what you want. In life, it works. It also works in getting yourself a scholarship, which could equal a lot of money. So, I say the best place for you to recruit yourself is the place you're drawn to, the place you're, guided to. Go out there, find a place that's going to work well for your own personality and your own personal desire to have a lifestyle, and send those videos out. Be pleasantly persistent. Continue to follow up until you're told no, go away, or stop. And then, once somebody calls you and wants to talk about it, how do you negotiate this? How do you get the best offer? Well, at that point, you're going to want to just reach out and get some help, ask a lot of good questions, find the resources you want, and they're going to help guide you to get the best offer for the best.
Okay. So, like the video I just put up, this kid, his name is Patrick Larson. He's played with me for 2 years in the Dana Cup in Denmark. He's Danish, okay? He's your age, okay? He's going to come to the U.S. and he's going to play, okay? So in terms of the profile we gave you guys for this video, okay, this is only a small piece of that, and we are starting on Patrick's profile. Okay, so to give you an idea of Patrick's profile, you guys, you're competing on an international scale. Okay, you're not only competing with the kid here in the U.S. Okay, profiles and video makes it a more even ground for anybody. Okay, so Patrick Larson, for example, his profile, Patrick is Danish. The Danish government supports most students there and gives them money to actually go to college. So off the back of just starting off as a coach, recruiting Patrick, I know that the Danish government is going to give him $7,000, not even including his academic scholarship or his athletic scholarship. Okay? That gives me an idea of what I have to give Patrick for Patrick to actually like come out to the US and play. Okay? So this is just showing Patrick playing. He's working on his, more or less his testimonial, okay? And all this other stuff. So what we're gonna have for Patrick is a profile like this, him playing, him talking about why he wants to play and why he wants to come to the US, okay? Something showing his playing history. And this put together is going to get him a commitment, okay? And a letter of intent without a coach even coming to Denmark to come see him. 95% chance Patrick is going to get offered without a coach actually seeing him in person. Okay, all because of how his profile is put together, how he's marketed, and everything like that. So this following weekend, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Patrick's complete profile and I'm going to shoot it out to all the coaches in the NJCCA. Wait a couple of hours, shoot it out to all the coaches in the NAIA. Wait a couple of hours, shoot it out to all the coaches in the NCAA Division II. So what that is going to do is going to create a demand. Okay, so he's going to get offers from universities in the NJCCA. He's going to get offers from university in the NCAA, NAIA. They're going to contact me, and they're going to contact Patrick. Okay, they're going to tell him, Patrick, do you want to come here? Okay, this is what we are willing to give you. So then in that situation, Patrick has already thought about what schools he really wants to commit to. So he's going to tell the first coach or the second coach that contacts him, oh, this other coach contacted me, and this was what he was able to offer me. Okay, are you able to offer me something similar, or are you able to offer me something better? That pretty much fit his needs. Okay, then from there, it's really about making